All right, thank you, ladies. Here we go. We are starting off with temperatures pretty close to 60 degrees. I don't expect these temperatures to move all that much for the next several hours. I hope they inch up a little bit this afternoon, but as that breeze takes over from the north and west, we're going to bring in some cooler air, and then those numbers are going to start getting pushed south. I could see some temperatures tomorrow morning back in the mid-30s. Depending on how that wind is kicking, frost could start to really become an issue for the next couple of mornings. So something to keep in mind. It's a good setup, I think, these next couple of nights to protect those plants. Maybe just bring them on inside if you can do that. Radar picture not showing an awful lot left. Some green over parts of Dixie County. That's what's left of some of those showers that did bring some thunder and lightning to our area. Most of the real nasty weather that was associated with this was way off to our north and west earlier yesterday evening and last night. By the time it got to most of where we are, all was left was a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunder, and a couple of brief winds. Now, as far as the overall pattern goes this week, I see a bunch of higher pressure settling in and a pool of cooler air taking over. And unlike last week, where it was a constant change with a whole bunch of quick moving little systems, I think this is one that just sort of settles in and hangs around for several days. And any new energy that tries to pass by to the south is going to get shunted off to the south. So I don't see a lot of change with this weather after we make that change today from this warmer and more humid air to cooler and drier, and that's what's going to stick around for most of the week. It's 58 right now in Tallahassee. It's 59 in Thomasville. It's 61 in Valdosta. 64 is a normal daytime high. We've got close to 60 for morning lows. Take a look at all these numbers around the region, all tightly grouped, a couple degrees either side of 60. Now, they may inch up a little bit, but as that northwest breeze perks up, it'll start to push in some of that cooler air, and it's going to be breezy at times this afternoon, this evening, even tonight. Behind it, not a whole lot coming in. So once we clear this out, that's what will settle in for several days. And while the core of this cold stays to the north again, so I don't expect all kinds of crazy cold for days and days and days, I do think the mornings are going to keep dipping back into the 30s, and the afternoons are going to stay where they're supposed to this time of the year, maybe the lower to mid 60s. So a very seasonable January week on tap for us this week, and a dry one. We had our shot to get wet. That was last night and early this morning. Once that goes away, I think any of these hiccups passing by to the south stay to the south, and we're going to keep conditions pretty dry. Winds on the Gulf today, north and northeast, 12 to 24. If you own or operate the small craft, be advised. Likely staying breezy out over the Gulf even tomorrow. The high tides, they'll be first up, get started about 7:45. 50s and 60s starting to clear. Sun comes up at 7:35. We'll see some sunshine today. We'll see plenty this week, as a matter of fact. A little breezy this afternoon, and hopefully those temperatures inch up a little bit into the 60s. Tonight it's going to be a whole bunch of mid-30s and upper 30s. Cool and frosty to start, and get used to it. Going to have lots of frosty starts, I think, most mornings this week.